this thing's going to get ugly. And somebody behind closed doors right now, you know what's happening behind closed doors? Okay, would you say the Taliban are aspirational people?
Yeah.
You think they're ambitious?
Yeah.
You think, and if for us, if our heroes, name your heroes, whoever your heroes are. We talked about it the other time.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Let's just say Arnold's a hero for some people that are coming up. Maybe not what comments he made this week, but let's just say Arnold's a hero to some people. Some Michael's a hero to some people. Say Reagan's hero. Say John F. Kennedy's a hero. These are some heroes to people, right? Okay. Who is, out of those 75,000 Taliban, take the top 1% most ambitious people. Who's that 1%'s hero?
They all love Osama bin Laden.
Bingo.
Yeah, there it is.
Bingo. When I grow up.
But that's not changing, whether we're there or not there.
It's not about, no, it's not. Really? Really? I disagree. Let me ask you. Here's a question for you. Let me ask you. Trump gets on the radio with Rush Limbaugh and says, if Iranian does anything and F's with us, do you remember that?
Yeah.
What he said? What did Iran do? When Trump killed Qasem Soleimani, what did Iran do? They bombed.
They pretended
outside.
to bomb a base.
Shit.
Yeah.
They didn't do shit. Nothing. Go ahead, do something.
Yeah, there is something to be said.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, people feared your leader.
Yeah.
There's a part of that that's healthy.
Strong
Fear
men, yeah.
and
Certified
respect.
crazy.
It's healthy. Not because we're going to do nothing. I sat next to Mike Tyson. I'm interviewing him. I felt his energy. That if something went down, he's going to whoop some ass.
What did he say? He was going to fight a lion?
No, he would sleep with 2 tigers every night. Okay, is what he said. He had 5 tigers, right? But the point I'm trying to make to you is people like to be around other men or women who are respected and feared. Countries need to have a little bit of that. Okay, so the point is when you're saying, what's going to happen with these guys? ISIS was quiet under Trump. ISIS was quiet under Trump. You have to know certain things like this. You know, this almost, and I've said some things about Trump. Some Trump followers are not fans of me, and they'll say, well, pat this, pat that. Listen, it's moments like this where people sit there and say, listen, that Churchill guy, man, he's pretty, I don't know about Churchill, but there's any guy that can go up against a guy like Hitler, it's probably Churchill. He can probably pull it off. It's times like this where people are sitting there saying, I don't like that guy. I can't stand him. I'm a Democrat. But when he was there, ISIS was quiet. Nobody was doing anything. I wonder how he would have handled this. They may not say publicly, but there's let's actually play the game. Let's play a game. Here's a game for you. Okay? Here's a game for you. Trump's president. He goes one more term. Afghanistan, Taliban. What does Trump do right now? First of all, does Trump do the exit the way that Biden did it?
I doubt he did it how Biden did it. Okay. But he has been calling for an exit of Afghanistan.
He never agreed with what President Bush did.
Exactly.
He did a paper in New York Times and saying, so he said it publicly he's not for this.
Exactly.
But I tell you, how does he do it?
Look, if you're exiting this place, there had to have been a cleaner plan than this.
If the Taliban did what
this
they did,
intelligence failure
what does
is
Trump do right now?
complete
What does Trump
debacle.
do right now? If this happened, what does Trump do right now?
I think he says if they are going this course, he would say something to the effect of, we're going to be pulling our people out. If any of you motherfuckers touch any of our bases, any of our people are trying to leave, we're going to rain down crazy hell and fury down on you.
Do you think the Taliban would believe him?
I actually do.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Sometimes in life...
But we'd still be leaving is my point.
No, we would.
We'd have a safe exit.
It's not the point. Listen, you're right. We would be leaving, but nobody fears our current president. Nancy Pelosi says, we are watching you if you do something to the woman and the girls. What are you talking about? We're watching you.
Okay.
What are you talking about? We're watching. That's not how life works. Yeah. Threats don't work that way, bro. When you say, we're watching you. No, it's times like this. It's times like this when you sit there and say, yeah, I get it. Maybe during peacetime, maybe I don't want Trump during peacetime, but I'm not going to lie to you, during wartime, I kind of want a badass guy like that right now. During wartime. Because if let's just say 9/11 happens this year, what are the American people going to be saying? Say something happens 9/11 this year. What are American people going to be saying?
That would be
and by the way,
disaster.
who becomes a hero overnight?
Trump, probably.
Of course it is. So I said this a while back. I said when a girlfriend, say girl dates a guy like me, or like let's just say everybody here at this table is relatively big and you're going to make the girl feel safe. Say a girl dates a guy like you, okay? You're 200 pounds, 6'1". What are you, 6'1"?
6 foot 200.
Okay,
yeah.
6 foot 200, okay. and he leaves you for a Calvin Klein model. She leaves you for a Calvin Klein model.
Again.
5'8", 125. Okay, dimples, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
She's at the club. You're there. You guys broke up 2 months ago. She left you for that guy. Craziest brawl breaks out. Craziest brawl. Beer's being thrown around. This Calvin Klein model is standing there. Oh my God, I get my scratches. I can't. I'm doing a photo shoot next week. Who's she going and hanging on to feel safe? You or the Calvin Klein model?
Hopefully not Gerard and comes over to me.
What point I'm trying to make to you is Biden is the Calvin Klein model. You are Trump.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's the point I'm trying to make to you.
Well, I think ultimately what you're saying, and this goes back to politics and election, and we wanted, wartime. There is a difference between domestic policy and international foreign policy, for sure. So Biden, a lot of the reason he was elected was because, look, we're going to calm things down.
Yeah, mean tweets.
All the mean tweets, everything that's going on. Let's just diffuse the situation. And internationally, the U.S.'s reputation has certainly been damaged over the last 4 years. I'm talking about polls.
No, it is not.
I'm talking about polls.
No, it is not.
Talking about polls.
Only in the highest levels of the elites.
However,
you can't just say a blanket statement like that and move on.
I'm sorry.
If you look at
I did not hear what he said. Can you repeat what you just said?
If you look at U.S. standings globally in the world, they'll have where people viewed U.S. under Obama as an example.
Which people? You have to qualify that. There are a lot of
do we have time to pull up
people.
Do we have time to pull up?
You think the people marching through the streets of Paris hate Trump right now, or do you think Macron hates Trump? Do you think the elites hate him, or do you think the people marching through against them hate him?
Pull up the polls. Anyway, but
pull up the polls from the liberal places.
In times of war,
agree with them.
You think the world liked Trump more than Obama?
I think
Are you actually saying that?
That's the point I'm trying to. His point is the point. They didn't like him because they couldn't have their way with him.
I'm not even. I'm
mutually assured.
You're talking about governments. You're talking about governments.
I'm
talking about the world. Overall sentiment liked Obama more than Trump. I don't think that's a dispute.
How can you possibly say that?
Public. That's not the. Just say. International perspective, Obama versus Trump. Anyway, my point is this, back to your point. In a time of war, things change, clearly, right?
Yeah. But, that statement doesn't carry a lot of weight.
Pull up the poll. This is not my opinion.
What time of war? We literally talked about early in the show there was only 11 years without war.
First of all, let me look, I run into a guy, okay, who's from another insurance company. If I can get your attention, Kai, you do it without the screen, just kind of do it on your own, on your iPad, and if you find it, put the screen up. Run into a guy from a competitor. And he comes and starts talking to me. And we start talking. I don't know who he's with. And then all of a sudden he's like, pretty chill guy. I'm like, yeah, why? I said, well, let me tell you, man, where I'm at, you have no idea how much shit they talk about you. The stuff they say about you, I thought you were like freaking a monster. I said, dude, I watch your stuff. You're actually a pretty chill guy. I said, so why am I a monster? Well, let me tell you what they told. I said, what did they tell you about me? Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, it's pretty interesting. That's like a freaking movie star. Like if I'm that scary, I'm impressed by my, by the characterization of some of my competitors. Fantastic, great. I'll take it. Yeah, it's a nice little story you got there. Media is why the world hates Trump or anybody. If anybody loves a president, it's because the media has convinced the world to love them or not to love them. That means nothing to me when somebody says something like that. When they say, hey, this person's loved or this person's not whatever. The part about Obama that I'll tell you is I've never watched an Obama interview, Leno, Letterman, any of these guys, where I walked away saying, I wouldn't mind having a beer with this guy. I think we'd actually have a pretty good conversation together. This guy seems like a chill guy.
Has he ever been asked a hard question, ever?
No, it's not the hard question part. I first go to the individual. Now, Carter. Carter's a sweetheart of a man. Great man. Man, right? But a leader, president, maybe one of the worst presidents we've ever had, if you look at Carter. And that's kind of said on both sides. It's not me saying it or anybody else is saying it. But on paper, his campaign was the right campaign, human rights. Backfired. Kind of backfired in a major way. Wartime, you need a wartime leader. This is a pretty crazy time right now that we're facing. A wartime guy got a vaccine done in 9 months, not a peacetime president. The peacetime president that was campaigning said he would never take Trump's vaccine. That's Biden. And the vaccine that got done in 9 months, Biden's now going out there getting 165 million people to get the vaccine because a wartime leader put pressure behind people's backs saying, we got to get this thing done. Fauci said it'll take 18 months. Trump got it done in 9 months by working with these corporations. So people have to realize there's a big difference. Again, going back to the saying, there's 3 types of people in every company. There is the visionary, there is the barbarian, and there is the asshole or the son of a bitch. Unfortunately, in a situation like that, you kind of need a son of a bitch to be on your side. It's kind of what you need right now. Because this officially, you gave him so much momentum in Afghanistan to the Taliban. So much. And they're not going to slow down.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.